Okay, this is the third time now I have started this video. First time I was interrupted by my phone that gave me some sort of an alert, and then my dogs went ballistic. You can tell it's springtime because people are walking past the house and they're going crazy all the time. So, anyway, I'm going to insert what I had for breakfast. It's almost in the afternoon. I mean, it's going on 4 o'clock, and I'm leaving here in just a few minutes to get a nail appointment done. And then my daughter texted me and said, it's 2-for-1 margaritas at the Mexican restaurant. You want to meet me there? I'm going to walk down and meet her, but I texted her that said, yeah, I'll meet you, but I'm not going to have a margarita. I weigh in tomorrow, and I don't want that on my conscience. So we're going to have dinner there, and I'm probably going to have a grilled chicken something or other while I'm at the restaurant. I don't want to sabotage myself again. I've only had 4 points so far today, so I got room to play. But I did want to tell you that I was listening to a podcast this morning, and this is a guy I listen to often. As a matter of fact, when I first really got serious about Weight Watchers again, he was one of the first guys that I listened to. He goes by the name Fatdag, Fatdag, and I know some of you listen to him. But he put something on Facebook that he found the glitch in the freestyle program. So I was interested to see what he was going to say about that. And I had a chuckle when I listened to his podcast because it's something that I've been preaching about for a long time. And that was the fact about our 0-point foods and about how wonderful 0-point foods are. But we've got to remember the portion control on that. Also, I think that we overeat because of the 0-point foods. That's one thing he mentioned in his podcast. But the other thing he mentioned that I hadn't thought about was that as we lose weight, when we were on the Points Plus program or just plain Smart Points program, as we lost weight, our points went down. Our weekly points went down, and sometimes our daily points went down because our bodies needed to adjust to the fact that we didn't need so much food anymore. So sometimes now we think, we got those 23 points, so we've got all those weeklies. And sometimes people complain because, they've lost weekly points. But as you lose weight, you don't require as much food. And your brain, I think, needs to get in sync with that. And that's one thing that Fatdag said in his podcast, that we need to be mindful of all those 0-point foods because we don't need them. If we were tracking those, and I still track in my tracker, even though it's 0 points, like for my eggs in the morning, I will still track the eggs. But if we were tracking points for those, on the Smart Points program, it would eat up part of our 30 points or whatever point level you were at, 26 points, whatever you had. But as you lose weight, you lose some of those points. And so when you assigned point values to those, you were more mindful of that. So anyway, he was saying about we need to really seriously take a look at how many 0-point foods we're eating, thinking that, okay, I'm at my max 23 points, but I still can eat 0-point foods. Well, your body doesn't need that, and you will not lose consistently if we continue to load up on those 0-point foods. I personally think freestyle is a mistake. I personally think, and I mean, you guys who are rocking freestyle, good for you. I'm glad. I have been, for the last year, struggling to lose weight. I've maintained. I am right now, according to my calendar, I am at the exact same weight as I was 1 year ago. Now, some of that I know is because I've gone up and down the same 10 pounds for a year. But I don't typically eat my weeklies anymore, and I really limit my 0-point foods in order to lose a pound a week. So I really think freestyle is a mistake. I think that everything that we eat should have a point value assigned to it. So for instance, today, right now, I'm sitting at 3 points. I'm sitting at 3 points. I had an omelet this morning. Well, not really. I scrambled up some eggs this morning, but it was 1 egg and 2 egg whites. Now, on the Points Plus program, that would have been, the 1 egg would have been 2 points. And then I had a half a cup of unsweetened applesauce, which for me on freestyle is 0 points. And I had one slice of Sara Lee bread, which was 1 point. So on my plate, I had no, I had 3 points because no, 2 points. On my plate, I had 2 points because I put 4 grams of butter on that slice of toast. I'm not sure what the butter would have been on the Points Plus program or the Smart Points program. I don't remember anymore. But and then I had 2 tablespoons of fat-free half and half in my coffee. I normally have 4 tablespoons because I usually have 2 cups of coffee, but I got up so late today I only managed to drink 1 cup of coffee. I might have another cup later today, but I doubt it. I don't want to have the caffeine keep me up. So right now I'm sitting at 3 points because I had the butter, the bread, and the half and half, and each of those were 1 point each. So I decided for breakfast I was going to go back to what worked for me before freestyle. Instead of eating 2 eggs or 3 whole eggs, I always mixed up 1 egg and 2 egg whites. And I remember I did the 2 egg whites because it was 0 points on the regular program. But if I had 3 egg whites, then it was 1 point. So I saved that point. And 1 egg and 2 egg whites is still plenty of food for me. And I will insert what I had for breakfast. And anyway, I really think that we need to rethink this freestyle program because there's so many people not losing weight on it, and I really believe it's because of those 0 point foods. I would be interested to see what you think. And everybody says, well, we just need to control and portion control. And yes, that's true. We need to portion control and everything. But it's easy not to portion control when you have those 0 point foods. Like, how many of you honestly measure those 0 point foods? I know I still do. Like for breakfast this morning, I had 1/2 cup of applesauce, unsweetened applesauce, because I was out of fresh fruit. So I still measured it. And anytime I have yogurt, I will measure it, and I'll measure the yogurt by grams even to get a really accurate measure. So I'm still measuring the 0 point foods, and I try to limit my 0 point selections to 2 or 3 a day. And usually one of those is my eggs in the morning, and then whatever snack in the afternoon. But what do you think? I mean, there's so many people complaining they're not losing weight on freestyle. And I think that maybe if we go back, I wish there was a way in the app that we could go back to the previous program and follow that. I know you can on iTrack Bites, but then what's the point of having a Weight Watchers membership if you're going to do that? So, I don't know. Listen to his podcast and tell me what you think. It's Fatdag. Fatdag, and he has a site called Wise Advice, WHYS, Wise Advice. So listen to him. He is a Weight Watcher leader in Indiana, and he has a huge following. And like I said, he's been doing a world of good for a lot of, in a lot of places. So, and actually he's got one podcast on complacency, which really kind of kicked my butt into gear when I finally started getting back onto Weight Watchers. So, anyway, let me know what you think. I'm going to insert my breakfast video now, and then I'll be back a little bit later and let you know what I had for dinner. I'll video that in the restaurant when I get there. Until then, have a great day. Okay, for breakfast today, I decided to do a little bit different. Here I have scrambled up 1 egg and 2 egg whites, and I scrambled it with some onions and tomatoes. I was out of fresh fruit, so I have 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce. That's 0 points. I have 1 slice of the Sara Lee 45-calorie bread, which is 1 point, and 4 grams of butter, which is 1 point. And then I'm still on my first cup of coffee. I'm going to have another cup yet today, with 2 tablespoons of half and half, the fat-free half and half. So right now that's 1 point, but I will have another point in another cup of coffee. So altogether for breakfast today, it's 4 points. I'll be back with lunch. Okay, hi. I'm back from eating out, and I have to tell you, I think I did okay. I think I had an eating out victory tonight. So we went to this local Mexican restaurant. Every Wednesday, there's 2-for-1 margaritas, and I had water. I didn't have any alcohol at all tonight. So, not that I'm a drinker, because I'm really not, but my daughter and some of her friends were having pina coladas and margaritas, and I chose just to have water. And of course, then it was time to order appetizers. I counted out of the basket, I pulled out 8 tortilla chips. Now, I knew that 4, or that 12 chips was 4. So I counted out 8, and that was 3 points. I did not eat the queso. I did have a little bit of salsa, and I did not eat the bean dip that they brought because I wasn't sure what was in it. It was the mashed black beans, and I know it has cheese on top of it and stuff. Instead, I asked the server to bring me just a side order of regular beans. And so they did, and I'm going to insert a picture of that after I'm done here. So I had the beans for my appetizer, and they were very filling. So, and it looked, there was probably a cup and a half of beans in this bowl, but there was just barely a teaspoon of cheese crumbled on top of that, so I didn't even count the cheese. So, and I didn't add anything to it other than some hot sauce. So 0 points for the beans. There was no fat in those at all. It was just, the regular whole beans. And then my daughter and I split chicken fajita. So she took the tortillas that came with it. I didn't want any. I asked for a small plate, which I got, and I just took out the chicken. It was grilled chicken, and I took out some of the chicken and the vegetables, and I had a little bit of the guacamole, but normally I would eat a whole thing of guacamole, but I didn't. I was very mindful about that. I tracked 3 tablespoons, although I don't think I had 2 tablespoons even. But just to be safe, I tracked 3 tablespoons. So all in all, after the tortilla chips and the guacamole, and I didn't count anything for the chicken or the vegetables, there wasn't any oil on that plate at all. It was 5 points. So I'm sitting at 8 points right now because all I had 3 for breakfast. I ended up not having the second cup of coffee today. So I had 3 points for breakfast, and I had then the 5 points for dinner. So all I've had is 8 points today. I'm not hungry. I came home and I drank a big glass of water, and I have another glass of water that I need to take, try to get in tonight. I might have a snack later, but I have to weigh in tomorrow, so I try not to eat real late. So anyway, I'm going to insert photos of my dinner and the appetizer here. Okay, so that was my dinner, and we passed on dessert. They offered us fried ice cream and all kinds of stuff, and I said, no, let's get out of here. So, and nobody else at the table was having dessert, so that helped too, because sometimes if I see it, then I want it. I wanted to show you something that I pulled out of my stack of books. As you know, I'm packing up my room, trying to get ready to go home in a couple months. So some of the things that I had tucked away was this. I don't know if you can see this or not. This is what I got last summer when I rejoined for meetings, and that didn't last long because I wasn't happy with the meetings. But I was looking through here and remembering last summer how excited I got about trying some of these recipes that are in here, and also ideas for breakfast and things like that. I also pulled up on my computer some of the menus that I did when I was being very, very successful just on plain smart points. When I had 30 smart points a day, and You know, that's when eggs still counted 2 points for one egg, and I think it was 5 points for two eggs. But I was very successful on that, and so I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the grocery store tomorrow, and I'm going to pull out some of those menus and see if what happens if I follow one of my old menus for a week to see if maybe that will kickstart my weight loss. Like I said, I've been losing slowly, um, consistently, but very, very slowly. I've had a few gains. I think everybody does. I'm just ready to kick it back into high gear. You know, summer's coming. I don't exactly have a beach body. Well, maybe a beached whale body. But, you know, I feel better than I have in a while. Although I did look at my calendar from last year, and I still am up 4 pounds from where I was last year on this day, on March 20th. So, weigh in tomorrow. We'll see. Today I was still up a pound from after my weekend disaster, but I know that it's coming off. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, I actually parked the car. I went and got my nails done. See, yay! And then I parked the car, and then I walked from here into town to meet my daughter at the restaurant. She drove there from school, so I had a nice little walk today. It was beautiful. I didn't even need a coat today. So I got a little bit more exercise today than what I've been going. And then every time I go up the stairs here in front of the apartment, it counts as a floor. That's how steep it is. So anyway, we'll see what the scale says tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna go back and try some of those old menus out. I'm glad I saved them, and see if maybe that will just jumpstart my metabolism or my fat burning mechanism in my body, and we'll go from there. See what happens. What's gonna hurt, you know? It's based on 30 points, but then again, the things that we were counting as 0 points back then had points. So I'm very pleased that I was able to finally have one successful eating out night. Well, that's two, because I was pretty good last night too when we went out to eat. I wasn't expecting to go out tonight. I was expecting to cook a chicken breast here, but she said, "No, meet me there." Okay. One of the reasons I do that is because after I leave here in June, I don't know when it's going to be till I see her again. It could be a year. I'm not sure if the family's going to get together for Christmas or not. We have a big family reunion this summer that some of the family's coming in for, but I'm not sure my daughter's going to be able to make it that far. So we'll see. So I'm spending as much time with her right now as I possibly can. And so when she invites me to go, and actually, I just went there for dinner because they're getting ready to go to a conference in Washington D.C. And so their talk right now is very scientific and stuff I don't understand. So I just let all them talk, and I go, they're real excited about what they're doing. I have no clue what they're doing. So, and they're talking about all these mathematical equations and stuff, and I keep reminding them, I was a music teacher. I only had to count to 8. So, but I'm glad she's excited about what she's doing, and she's doing a conference and a presentation at this conference. So, she's busy. Anyway, I digress. So, this morning for breakfast, I decided instead of, having the full eggs, I decided to have the egg and the egg white. And it was very satisfying. I was not hungry. Even by the time I got to the restaurant, I was hungry because I ate breakfast this morning. Well, I don't eat breakfast till, 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But by the time I got to the restaurant about 6 o'clock, I was hungry. I wasn't hungry all afternoon, though. What I fixed for breakfast satisfied me. So, like I said, it was 1 egg and 2 egg whites. And then I had 1 piece of toast instead of the regular 2 with some real butter because I needed the fat, and a half a cup of applesauce. And it kept me, like I said, it kept me satisfied. There's a section in this book that I'm looking at right now, 5 things to do with eggs. There's a scrambled egg tortilla. I know I used to make that a lot. Right now it counts as 4 points. I think it used to be more than that. Of course, there's deviled eggs. Uh, I probably wouldn't do this fried egg prosciutto, if I say that right, and a regular breakfast. I don't know that I put that meat on there. There's a spaghetti egg scramble. I know I would not do that. And eggs for dinner, which I've had with eggs and sweet potatoes. I've had this. So there's all kinds of things you can do. This book is fun to go back and look at because I remember when I first got this. Oh, and it has meal ideas too. Also, I wanted to tell you that one thing that I found on the app that I didn't know was there, and I just discovered this last week, were meal ideas. I think what spurred me to look was when Sandy was doing her meeting highlights about meal planning. There is a section on the website, on Weight Watchers website, that you can go to, and it will give you really good meal ideas. You know, here's a main course and what you can pair with it for side dishes and stuff, with pretty good suggestions. So if you want to, go check that out. If you're kind of stuck, I've been kind of in a rut having the same thing over and over again. So after watching some of those videos yesterday with the recipes, I'm anxious to start getting back in the kitchen and trying new things again. So anyway, I guess that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, I'm at 8 points today, and it's after 8 o'clock. Is it? No, it's after 7 o'clock. I don't know what time it is even. I'll tell you in a minute. It's awful. Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. It's 7:57, almost 8 o'clock. So I don't feel the need to have anything really heavy. If I eat anything at all, it might be a piece of toast or a cheese. I don't know. Right now, I'm just concentrating on getting my water finished for the day. I know I have to take another blood pressure pill here soon, so I'll be gulping down some water with that. And it's okay if I only get 8 points. Why eat if we're not hungry? I know that we have to have a certain amount of food every day, and I am pretty good at doing that. Most of the times when I don't get my blue dot, it's because I haven't had enough points for the day. But, I don't feel the need to go and load myself up with 5 more points today just because I want the blue dot. I don't know how any of you feel about that. That's just how I feel about it. If I'm satisfied, I'm satisfied. My body will tell me if I'm hungry. And a lot of times I figured out that when I think I'm hungry, I'm really just thirsty. So before I eat any food, I'll be drinking a big glass of water. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up now because I'm out of things to say for today. It was a gorgeous day, and it's supposed to be another gorgeous day tomorrow. So hopefully I can get out tomorrow. I do have to go to the grocery store, so I will get in a little bit of a walk tomorrow. You guys have a great day, a great evening. You won't see this probably till Monday, or what's today, Wednesday? You probably won't see this till Thursday. Stay tuned. Tomorrow I will have my weigh-in update video up, and I'll try to get that one up fairly early in the day. This time zone change just really has me off kilter because, like I said, it's 8 o'clock here, but it's 11 o'clock back east. So that's why I know you guys aren't seeing these till the day after I record these. But tomorrow I will, since it's a weigh-in video day, I will try to get at least a short weigh-in video up before I do my what I ate in a day video. So I will be talking to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, and you can click that little bell to be notified whenever I upload a video. So please do that, and I will be talking to you soon.